Okay, now the screen has changed. Now I'm going into my silhouette. Oops, forgot to delete all of this. Okay, now we're in silhouette. I'm going to show you how. I know Minnie is really cute, isn't she? That's one of the harder ones, and that's exactly what I'll be showing you, Minnie. And I know a lot of you guys, it's really hard for you to trace, but I'll show you a really, really easy way to trace. And this is the Minnie that we'll be using to trace. You can't see, I can't see your silhouette. No, right now you see my Minnie, but soon as I copy and paste, you'll be able to see my silhouette. Just let me know for sure that you can see the silhouette. Can you see it now? Diane, are you able to see my silhouette now? Is everyone? Is everyone able to see it? I increased the size of Minnie. That's exactly what you see. It's Minnie. So everyone can see it now? Hi, Jean. Diane, you still can't see it? Everyone else is able to see it. I'm unsure why you can't see it yet, but everyone else can. Can everyone still see silhouette? You can see it? Everyone can see it? Hi, Annette. We're just starting. I'm going to go ahead on and start now. I see everyone saying yes that they can see it. So I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to start now. This is Minnie. We're going to be tracing Minnie. I'm unsure, Diane, why you can't see. You're the only one saying that you can't see. What I can do is send you the video, a recorded video, but I'm unsure why you're unable to see. But I have to go ahead on and start with the class. I'm truly, truly sorry that you're unable to see anything, but everyone else is seeing it. Okay, we're going to go ahead on and start with Minnie. As you know, we always when we see so many colors, we always get frustrated, and we're like, I can't do this. This is too hard to trace. Yes, you can. You can actually do this. And I'll show you how. And I'll show you an easy way just how to trace this Minnie Mouse. With all of these colors, you will be able to trace it. What I'll do is I'll go to trace. Hi, Helen. Can you, instead of asking the question in the question and answer, can you ask the question in the chat? Because I can't see your question, I'll have to click off the screen. But if you place it in chat, then I will be able to see your question. Do not place the questions in question and answer. Place it in the chat. That way I can answer your questions faster. I'd be able to see it and I won't have to click off the screen to be able to see it. Right now, we're going to select trace area. So I've selected the trace area, and we're going to trace the Minnie. Yay! I'm glad you can see it, Diane. I'm glad. Now we're going to start tracing the Minnie. I won't use the high pass filter, and the reason I won't use the high pass filter is because there are so many pieces in this design. And I'm going to show you an easy way to get all of those pieces and trace this design and put it together in probably 20 minutes. What I did was I selected the trace area. As you can see here, now I'm going to trace it. I'll take Minnie and pull her to the side. Now I'll release the compound path. Now you see everything itself has been separated. I'm going to delete this area because I do not need that area. I'm going to take the back portion, which is this portion. As you can see here, it's black. All of this black. I'm going to change this to black. And always make sure you change your outline colors as well. When you're changing, change your outline colors. Because Helen, you may have to, Diane couldn't see either for a minute. Log out and then log back in, Helen. Maybe you'll be able to see when you log out and then log back in. That's what Diane had to do. She had to log out and then log back in. If you still cannot see, I will send the video. I will send the video to you. But see if you can log out and log back in so that you can see. Okay. What I did was I took the background. As you can see, when I traced it, it was this black background. So what I did was I removed that black background. Now we're going to go into our coloring field. What I'll do is I'll grab this item. I'll try to grab the top portions of all of the pink bow. And what I do to do that, I click on one of them, which I clicked on one ribbon. Then I hold Shift, I hold Alt, and then I click on, you're going to see that arrow with the X. I click on another portion that is supposed to be pink. And then I click on the other portion of the ribbon that's supposed to be pink. Then I go to my coloring field. That's my outline color. Then I do my field color, the same color. I release it. And I do the same thing for my shoes. I could have done it all together, but I did it separately to show you something. Now we're going to do the shoes. And everything that is supposed to be pink, I'm going to grab. Whatever is supposed to be pink, I'm going to grab that, try to grab it all, and color it the color it's supposed to be, which is pink. I didn't grab all of it, and what I didn't grab, I'll just go back and put it in. As you can see, this smaller spot here, that needs to be pink as well. So I'll place that pink. This portion I do not need. I'm going to delete it. As you can see here, there is nothing there. I'll put it here so you can see it better. There is nothing in this area, so it was deleted because there's nothing there. I think I've gotten most of the pink. If I didn't, we can figure that out afterwards. Now I'm going to use the black, and I'm not going to use that black, but I'm going to color it just to show you guys how easy it is. We're going to color whatever is black. To delete the section between her leg, everything was it's ungrouped already. So all I did was I clicked on it and I pressed delete. And I deleted it because I did not need that portion. That was something I did not need. I also do not need this portion of the eye. As you can see here, I don't need that, so I'll delete it. And I'll explain to you why I deleted those areas as soon as I get to it. This portion of the nose, I also do not need. So I deleted it as well. I'm going to color the bigger portion black. And I think that's all of the black that I need. Actually, I need this area black. But of course, that area I'll show you as soon as I get to it, what I do to get rid of that, and I don't have to layer it. I won't have to put black over it to layer this area. Yes, inside of her mouth is black. Give me a chance. I'm gonna finish coloring everything black. I haven't had a chance to color everything black, but I'm gonna color the mouth black as well. Her tongue is pink, so we're gonna color that pink. We're gonna get her skin. Make sure you remember what colors you're using, because you're gonna have to when you get ready to separate, or whenever you get ready to print, you will need to know, make sure that the colors are right. As far as this nose, it has red, so I have to make sure I have black outline as well. Now that's been outlined as black. We're going to put the eyes white. Actually, I won't do the eyes white. I'll do the eyes yellow. And the reason I'm coloring them yellow is because you won't be able to see the white. I'll put them white once I finish. So everything that is white is going to go yellow. Everything that is white will go yellow until after we start to group everything together. And of course, I'm missing some areas and I got to go back for areas, but it's okay. You'll understand exactly what I'm doing. Because the smaller pieces are actually harder to catch. So I don't group those first with the other pieces, because I always mess up and I always have to go back and it takes so much time. So I just kind of try to do all the smaller pieces separate and don't group them. How do you select more than one piece to color it? You select one of the items for whatever color it is. Then you hold your shift and your alt button. And then you click on all of those items. You click on all of those items at the same time. I'm going to show you now how I did it. Give me a second. I'm going to color this one. And the blue areas, I'll tell you how I'll actually show you how I did it for that area, for the blue areas. Give me a second and I'll show you. Let me color that. Okay. This is going to go blue. Now I clicked it, but I don't have shift and alt on yet. Now that you have this block around it, I'm going to hold shift and alt. And when you see me move my arrow on something, you can see the arrow and there's an X. You click on whatever it is, and as you can see, it put a block around it. Now I'm going to do another piece. It put a block around that. So everything that I'm trying to color blue, it will put an arrow around. There are still more pieces, and like I said, sometimes it's hard to get to some of the pieces. So I'll separate it. I'll separate it so that I can see, not separate it, but I'll click on it, let it go, and then go back to the area and color, because some areas are hard to get to than others. Now I'm going to color more of the white areas. I'm going to color them yellow. And I use the same method, shift, control, alt. And I start clicking on those items. I'm sorry, I colored something else different. Sometimes the arrows will go a different spot than you intend for them to go. Okay, now the mouse is completely covered. Everything is covered. Now, if I wanted to put this on, you would have your black still. So what I do is I remove the black. I remove some of the black, and I'll show you how I remove some of the black. I don't remove everything, and I'll show you why I don't remove everything. I'm going to remove the legs, shift out, legs, the side here, this side, this piece, and this piece. I'm going to delete. I click delete on my machine. I click delete. And I'm going to remove the arm as well. I click delete. Now, if I was to place this here, you have black, so you don't have to layer it, correct? Well, I'm going to remove that. But to get your nose, your mouth, and these areas with black, so you don't have to layer that, I'm going to click the slipper, shift, alt, black. Then I'm going to right click, make compound path. It made a compound path for this area. I'm going to go to the other one. I clicked on it first. I click shift, alt, go to the black area, right click, click make compound path. Now I'm going to do the mouth. I'm going to click on the face, shift, alt, click the mouth, make compound path. I'm going to do the same thing again because I want to get rid of that nose so I don't have to layer it. Make compound path. Now, when I bring her back, there she is. Now I'm going to go back. Everything that was yellow, I'm going to place it white. Because if I had placed it white previously, you wouldn't be able to see it. So now I'm going to place whatever needs to be white. I'm going to place it white. Now, how easy was that? Was that easy, guys? Was it easy for you? Did it look easy? Now I'm going to show you also how to save your vinyl. When doing this, I'm going to show you how to save your vinyl. Most people would cut this all, they would cut it all together. What I do at first is I go here to make sure I have all my colors shows up. You see all of the colors here in this field. Your RGBs, you have your black, you have your blue, you have your pink, you have your tan, you have your white. Ah, I see what you're saying. The space is black between the... That's the easy fix. I'm going to show you an easy fix for that. I deleted it, but I'm about to show you an easy fix for it. I'm going to trace it. Yes, I did delete it. Didn't realize I deleted it when I should have, when I should not have deleted it. I'm going to trace it. I went back, I retraced it. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Release compound path. Remove it. I'm going to place her back. And it's a real easy fix. Set her up in there. Make sure she isn't touching. I'm going to put it a different color so I can make sure it's not touching anything. I'll put it white to make sure it's not touching anything else. Okay, it isn't touching. Now I'm going to click Shift, Alt, go to my black, right click, Uh-oh. Give me a second. Let me straighten her back up. I click black. Out. Nope. Still didn't work. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It did work. She came in front. That's why. Now we're gonna send her back. Okay, now it's gone. The piece is gone. Helen, can you place your question in the chat box? I cannot see your question because I'd have to go out of this area in order to see your question. Can you please place it in the chat box so that I can see the question? If not, I'm going to go back to the any meeting so that I can read your question, and then I'll go back into the Mickey because I have some other things that I need to show you guys. I'll look at a question real quick. Okay. Helen, don't worry, Helen. It's okay. What I can do is, if you would like, after this class is over with, I'll give you a class. I'll give you a class alone, and I'll go through the whole thing with you. If you want, you can log out, and after this class ends, I'll do a class just for you, so that you can see exactly what I've done. You can continue watching if you'd like, but I'll do a class with you anyway after this class has ended. I don't need these pieces, so I'm going to delete this. And like I said, I wanted to show you guys how I save vinyl. How I save vinyl is, most people would go here and they would cut. They would cut it by colors. Not me. You lose so much vinyl cutting it like this. I wouldn't do that. What I do is, I click my bow. I click on my bow, Shift Alt, click my pink. Then I right click, group, and move. I go to my shoes. I do the same thing. Yes, you can join with Helen. Yes, Karen, you can join with Helen. What I will do after this class, give me a few minutes, and what I'll do is I'll send you guys an invite because I have to make another class. I'll send you guys an invite, and then we can start. As soon as we get out of this class, then we can start. I click on Shift Alt, and I grab all of my pink pieces. Make sure I got everything, and I group. For me, like I said, I don't waste vinyl at all. I would never cut this together. Never, ever. I remove it, and I cut it like this. I cut my pinks. I cut my shoes. Once I've cut it, it's easy. When everything is grouped, it's easy to just layer it on there. It all lines up for layering. It lines right up for layering. And there you have it. I just layer everything. I layer everything, and I do the same thing for my white. I take all of my white and I put it all together. I group everything together, and I just place it on there. And when I cut everything like that. I don't cut whereas I'm wasting vinyl. I just cut all of my pieces like this so that it isn't being wasted. Do you guys have any questions on this one? I have another one that I will be doing with you guys. But before I go to the next one, I want to know if you have any questions. Was it easy? Was it hard? Did you understand? I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to go back to the question area. I'm going to get out of here until we go to the next one. Once we go to the next one, then you can ask questions again, but I'm going to get out to answer some of you guys' questions to make sure that you understood everything. If you have any questions, thank you. No questions here. Everybody thought it was really, really great. Hold on. Let me go to it. Let me go back into the any meeting. You're going to see the other screen for now. You're going to see that screen so that I can look at your questions and I can answer, so I can answer everyone. Okay. Martha asks, do you need to delete between the legs? I showed you how to do that. Karen asks, can I join class with Helen? Yes, Karen, you can. Diane said she understood. It was so easy. Yes, it really, really was easy. It was really easy. Yes, Kathy, it was. No questions. I don't get how you layer it, apply perfectly onto the final product. That, because I'm going to go back to it so you can see how it's layered perfectly on the product. I understand, Agnes said, I understand the basic, but how did you get the black background? The black background came from when I traced it. I'm going to go back in and I'll show you that part again. She said she didn't understand how I layered it. I grouped everything first. As you saw, I grouped everything. I took it and I grouped it. And then you just lined it perfectly up on here. Everything will line up perfect. Same thing if I had done the face or what have you. Everything will line up the way it's supposed to. You just group everything and put it where it goes and it lines up. To show you how I got the black background, I'm going to trace it again so that I can show you how I did get the background. When I selected the trace area, you saw this full area here. You see full area going all the way around. Because you saw that full area, if I had done compound path, then it would have filled everything out. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be able to, let me put it back at 0.5. I wanted to be able to, when I traced it, I wanted to be able to get that background. How do you apply it with the transfer paper so all pieces are aligned perfectly? If you're doing it with transfer paper, it's a little bit harder to do with transfer paper, but it does work because I've done it. It's the same thing. You just follow the contours. All you're doing is, I always take the actual picture and I align it with my contours. Everything has contours. If I took this apart, if I wanted just this piece of the hand, you'll see. If I wanted just this piece of the hand, these pieces of the hand, those hands will line up. If I took that, it will line up on here. It just lines up. Everything just lines up. It lines up according to the contours. You're lining it up along the contours of everything. You take a look at your picture and you just eyeball it. I mean, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. You just pretty much eyeballing everything and you line it up. It's that simple. But let me show her how I got the background as well. I traced it and I kept it at 5. I traced. Now I'm going to remove it. I'm going to release compound path. When you release compound path, that compound path that you releases everything on here. I didn't need this. And this back portion This came from the back of that. This is all your top layering stuff. Everything you see layering. This is your bottom. The uses for high pass and low pass filters. Yes, I can. Give me a second. I use high pass filter. I use high pass filter when I have don't adjust the high pass filter. I only, it's because everything that's layered, everything is layered. So you want to be able to get the best picture because it's layered. But suppose I just wanted if I wanted was just an outline. I just wanted that outline. If I only wanted that outline of this design, then I would go to trace, select trace. I would outline it. If it stays on high pass filter, then you're only getting the outline part of it. But of course, I don't want just the outline part of it. I want the entire portion of it. So I increase my value on it. I increase the value on it. But suppose you wanted something, suppose you wanted it on you did the low pass. I hardly ever use the low pass. And that's because a lot of times it doesn't catch everything. As you can see, when you use low pass filter, it distorts. So I mostly use the high pass filter because when you adjust, it gives you distortion. The low pass filter is more used for pictures. If you're going to do pictures and the pictures has different backgrounds, a lot of the backgrounds has a lot of different shapes to it. So I'll try to use low pass filter just to get some of the detail from that picture. But other than that, I use high pass filter because it gives you a better picture. It makes everything perfect around. It makes everything perfect around here. Your edges are perfect. Your edges are usually perfect. If I did this a different color, you'll see that the edges are perfect. Whereas with high pass filter, everything kind of looks distorted. So I use pretty much the high pass filter for everything. I'm going to move on because I still have another one that I need to teach you. Everyone understood pretty much the mini. So I'm going to move on because I have another way I want to teach you guys something else. When doing a picture, say for instance I'm doing a Marilyn Monroe picture. You're going to see me, I'm getting ready to go to the internet and grab the Marilyn Monroe picture. I always try to do stuff that has a white background and mostly clip art. It is the absolute easiest to do. The absolute easiest to do is if it's a black background. I'm going to take her and I'm going to paste her here. I always increase the size so that I can get a better detail. Now I'm going to select the trace. Now I'm going to go up on my value for my high pass filter because I want everything that's black. I want it because when I get ready to print, I'll be printing a Marilyn Monroe face with her body. So what I do is I increase my high pass filter. I click trace. And now I have Marilyn Monroe I can place on a shirt. That was really, really easy. I have another one that I do, but because it takes so much longer, it's when you're working with pictures, family portraits. I'll have to do a 1 hour video just on that one, because what I do with that one is I take several different traces and I blend them all together to make a picture. And I'm pretty much working from scratch to build that actual picture. That one would have to be another class. And that one is going to be a little bit more time consuming, because I have to show you how we make the head and how we make the eyes and how you bring all of these pictures in from high compound. Look, I can't get it out.